Hello there. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am John Harder, and my website is CryptoTBC. My channel is CryptoTBC. Well, CryptoTBC.com is my website. Tonight, I want to look at some factors that help us in success. Actually, depending on how we use them or how we think, basically, is where it comes into play as to whether these factors will work in our favor or possibly against us, right? So before I do, I want to look at the value of TBC. And to know the value of TBC, we kind of need to know the value of the monetary system that we currently use. So how much is the monetary system really worth? What makes $20 worth $20? You go to a gas bar, you put in $20 worth of gas. Actually, $20 doesn't get you very far, probably, but still. And you go inside and you pay your $20. But what is it that, why does that work? Well, obviously, you and the person at the till, you both agree that $20 is worth its $20. Well, so it's the agreement. So from that fact, we could easily just say that that's really the only thing that makes that $20 worth its $20. Because it's only because of the agreement, because there is nothing else. There is no commodity, anything else backing the value of the dollar. And I know that we could, it used to be backed by gold. Now, a gold standard, we might say that, well, that's a pretty good. That's gold is expensive. But then, what about when gold is being made in labs? How would that help then to back the money by the gold when you can make as much as gold as you want? You see that there you lose the value again, because you can again print as much as you want. And so what are we saying? Is printing a lot of money bad? Well, I suppose it the only thing that it can be manipulated. That way the price can be, the value of it can be manipulated, and it can become practically worthless, and it has in many cases already before. So now when we look at that, well, then how do we claim that TBC has its value? Well, now TBC, it has its value because of what I just mentioned a bit earlier here, that there is that agreement, right? But where where really is this agreement? You see, every person who gets a wallet, uh, signs up for a wallet, for the TBC wallet, they must agree. They have to agree that the TBC coin, that its current price, what it is, they have to agree to that, and they have to agree that the coin does not go down in price. It only goes up until it reaches its ultimate price, uh, which is 1 billion euros per coin. And how does it reach that? Well, because 1 billion members, when it reaches 1 billion members, that is the agreement, that once 1 billion members, or users, should we say, maybe, have using TBC, then at that point, it will be worth 1 billion euros. That is an agreement between people. So what really is an agreement? Well, you know, when two people agree on a trade that they want to make, let's say one person has a cow, maybe he has a bunch of cows. Another person doesn't have a cow, but he has he has quite a few mules. Well, so if these two guys now, if I want a mule and you want a cow, I have cows and you have mules, but I would like a mule, and or a couple of mules or whatever, and you would like a cow. Well, if we both agree that a mule and a cow is an even trade, and we make that trade, voila, we've made our trade. What if we decide, well, it's not? What if I say, well, I don't want to give you a cow for a mule. The mule doesn't have enough use to me to give a cow for it. Well, but you still want the cow. Well, what if you decide, well, I have a couple, I have a bunch of sheep as well. What if you say to me, well, how about if I throw a sheep in or two? What about then? Would that work? And we're coming to an agreement, and once we agree and we make the trade, there you go. That's the trade. Now with TBC, we are making an agreement of a price that we're going to be using, a price that is going to, TBC is going to be worth for anything else that we want to trade. So now let's say you have TBC, I have TBC, or maybe I don't, but I have something else, and I would like some TBC. You see, this has happened in TBC a lot, where a person says, well, TBC is now worth a million, a million euros, or you can do the calculation in US dollars and say, well, that's what TBC is worth right now. And the other person says, well, gosh, I really want some TBC. And he says, well, I have a piece of land. I'll give you a piece of land for some TBC. Well, how much is the land worth? Well, it's worth like, maybe $100,000. Well, then I can give you $100,000 worth of TBC, and now you've got TBC, I've got the land. We made a trade. That's really all there is to it. But what gives TBC the price is the agreement between all of the users. Between the users is the agreement that is what it's worth. See, we can look at the scenario this way. Let's say diamonds. Oh, diamonds are very expensive, right? Well, what if What if people just all of a sudden decide that I don't want diamonds, and nobody wants them? Just nobody buys them at all. How would they keep their value? They wouldn't. They wouldn't, because it's the value that people give it. That's the only way it has any value. There's no other way to give it value than what people give it. So what are some factors that directly affect the impact, or directly impact your success or failure? Now, these factors that I want to talk about, they are only within you. They only exist within the person who is after that success. Okay? There is no third party involved in this factor, because when you want something, it begins first of all with a desire. First of all, there's something within you that says, maybe you see something, you say, yeah, that I want that. Maybe you see a very, very nice, and it looks like probably a very expensive car, and you say, yeah, I want that. I want a car like that. I want a car like that. Well, the way this works is that if you in your mind right away say, well, you can't have a car like that, there is no way you can afford it. If that's what you begin telling yourself, then that's what you're creating. Then you are creating it within you that you can't have it. Now, but that's the negative side. If you believe right away, this is for you, you can have it, and you base your decisions on the fact that you fully believe that you can have it, and you don't let off from the fact that you want it, you just accept that you can have it. And then also you gain a happiness as if you already had it. You're happy, so happy that you're going to have it, that you almost feel like you don't even need it anymore, because you are already happy enough as if you already had it. Does that make any sense? Okay. See, there's three things. There's three things involved here that I mean by this, and maybe I need to lay these steps out a little clearer. The first step is that you decide what you want. In one way or another, you need to come to a very clear decision, and a clear decision what you want. Let's say you see, I'm not, I know some people, they teach that you have to know exactly, but I don't really believe that you have to know the exact amount. Like, let's say you want to be very wealthy, right? You want to be very wealthy. Well, you don't really have to know exactly how wealthy you want to be. You don't really have to know that, not the exact amount. But what you want to know, you want to be very clear and very definite about, is that you want to have plenty, plenty for all your needs and wants, and also to help and give to others and so on. Plenty. So when this desire becomes yours, then the next step is, and this is step number 2, is that you believe. You believe that you deserve it and that you can have it. You can achieve that. You fully believe it. See, when you doubt, when you're doubting it, you're thinking, well, nah, I can't, I could never do it. That's where you doom yourself. You must fully believe it. You fully believe it. You know, next day comes along. Yeah, I totally believe it. The next day comes along. I totally believe it. You do not let off from that. Do not let off. And in your mind, you know, every now and then, you actually every day, you calm yourself down completely and see it in your mind that you already have it. You see yourself enjoying it. This is very, very powerful stuff, guys. This is very, very powerful stuff. Because I'll actually not, I'm not going to say it here right now, but I will mention it afterwards. See, then the third step is that you really make yourself happy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you got to do to make yourself feel happy. Feel happy. If your thoughts are drawing you to something to worry about or something, you need to stop it. Stop your thinking for a bit, like just totally calm yourself and think of things that make you feel happy. It is very important that you feel happy, because when you feel sad and worried, those kind of things, that's an energy that pushes away from you what you want. You see the resemblance here? When you are happy, the things you want come toward you. When you are unhappy and miserable, the things you want, you're pushing them away with your misery. This is very powerful stuff. So those are 3, and there's a more, of course. And actually, you know what? It's hardly. I could hardly do justice if I leave this next step out. It is ever so important, because many people doom their success with this one, and that is being jealous of someone else. Let's say you are let's say you are in a program of some sort. Let's say you're an online marketer, just for an example, right? And you also know somebody else who is also an online marketer, and he all of it, you know, he does, somehow he gets more leads than you do. He for somehow the success just seems to, you know, it just seems to go his way more. And you're thinking, well, I'm doing everything that I can. Besides, maybe he's probably, you know, ripping people off or something. There must be something crooked about it. Hey. Oh boy, that is where you doom yourself. That's where you doom yourself. Your own success, because that is one of the worst things you can do when you want to achieve success. Start being jealous of other people and start calling them crooks and so on. That will drive success away from you about as fast as anything possible, because you are condemning the success that you want. You want that success, but you are condemning it. Let me just elaborate a wee bit how this works. You see, whatever you wish for yourself, you must also wish for others. Because if you wish success for yourself and failure for someone else, then you are confusing the energy. You are mixing negative and positive energy, and nothing is going to happen. You can never change the other person's success or failure. You can never change theirs. Only your own. Only your own. So wishing them evil brings evil to you. That's how it works, folks. That's how it works. Now, the reason for all this is that no matter what it is you want, it has to come from the invisible. When you want a program online, first, it has to exist in your mind. You have to think about it first. Is it visible there? No. No, it's not visible at that point. Maybe you can see it in your mind, but it has to first begin by thinking. So it begins with thought. As you figure it out, and as you bring all the components to completion in your mind and you figure it all out, eventually you have all this very nice program all figured out. And then, you can make it a physical program, beautiful website and everything. People love it and you become wealthy. But it has to begin with the invisible. The invisible can only happen by thinking, can only happen with thoughts. And depending on what your thoughts are, whether you are happy or not, whether you are positive about it or not, whether you believe in it or not, is all going to play the factors as to whether it's going to bring success or not. I hope that's easy to understand. Now, again, TBC was created the same way. The monetary system the way it is, and then along came bitcoins and a bunch of other coins, and they're all in the exchanges. And you know what? It doesn't take a very brilliant person to see that all of that is poverty based. It's all with a poverty mindset. And along came the creator of TBC and created an abundance-based coin. There is nothing possible in the entire universe that can be more abundant than the human mind. Nothing. There's nothing that can possibly be more abundant than the human mind. It's the thinking, and it's the thinking that brings it into doing. And when the thinking and the doing work together in harmony with joy, peace, confidence, and love and faith, a very, very good product comes about and can help very, very many people. We are eradicating poverty from the world. Imagine a world, and I'm sure you can understand this if you're watching this video. Imagine a world where there is no poverty, where everyone has as much as they want. Those who want jobs, they will have a job. Those who want to own properties, they will own properties. Those who want to own, I don't know, rental properties, they'll have those. We can all have what we want. We all can. This world is very big and very rich. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, I am John Harder. My website is cryptotbc.com. And I have a free gift for you, a free gift of TBC coin for you. If you go on my website and just subscribe to my newsletter, and I will take care of it from there. I will send you the information that you need and clearly understand, so you can clearly understand what's going on and make an informed decision. So just go to my website and the link under this video, join my newsletter, and I will be happy to give you all the information you need and much more. I have, all the reasons why TBC was created, why we need it, what will it solve, and so on. With that said, cryptotbc.com, and I'm signing off. Peace.